I figure I could give people some maybe holiday gift ideas.
Oh, yes, I've got some great ones.
First thing I can recommend, something you can fit in your pocket. So this right here looks like a golf ball with little, not quite spikes, but like studs on it. They're flattened. This is called a Rubs ball, R-U-B-Z. And I travel with this. You just roll out your feet on this before you go to bed. And I have felt this help everything from relaxing and just winding down. What I have noticed, and this is something I spoke with Ed Cohn about 100 years ago, long time ago. He's the greatest powerlifter of all time, a phenomenal athlete and very nice guy. But basically, if you address your feet, sometimes you feel it all the way up the kinetic chain, lower legs, knees, even your low back can sometimes release. So this, I think it's costs less than $10. This is a Rubs ball. You can buy it on Amazon or anywhere else. That's a very easy one. That's just pocket sized. We can go back and forth.
Yeah, let's do it.
What you got?
Okay, so this one is awesome, dude. You have my doc that I sent you, right, with the links to everything?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if you have it up in front of you. So if you click on the second one down, these bonsai nano blocks. So I've been talking about nano blocks for a while.
Yeah.
Hear me out, dude. This is a fun stocking stuffer.
Okay.
People are going to love this shit. So it's $38. It's these little baby bonsai trees. Nano blocks are like Legos, but they're like 1/10 of the size. So you need tweezers to assemble them. It is oddly satisfying to build these little tiny like bonsai trees. You get all 6 of them for $38. And if you use the code Tim, no, there's no code, but if you, they're amazing. They're so fun. Anyway, nano blocks are awesome. This is a little fun little pack, great stocking stuffer. They're super tiny and they're cute, and they make, look at there's nano blocks up there behind me. See that beautiful tree?
There it is. You recommended a book to me. Do you want to mention it? It's last in your list. I bought the audiobook and I listened to it on my flights recently. I thought the narrator was really, really good also.
It's called Stop Fixing Yourself. Wake Up, All Is Well. It's by Anthony DeMello, the Jesuit priest and therapist that we talked about earlier. We had both somehow discovered this book originally, not this book, but the other one we were talking about.
Awareness.
And it was really cool to hear that you were into it, because it was one of my favorite books that we did not compare notes when we read this independently. I don't know how the hell that happened, but we both loved it. And this is another one where I was just like, damn, this is so good, because there's so many core truths here that apply to my practice on the meditation side. And I just loved it. But it does require a little bit of understanding. It's not like someone from off the street can totally read this and be like, oh, that makes a ton of sense to me. I don't know if you felt that way.
I feel like, well, there are two things I would say, just having read a lot of Anthony DeMello, that I think awareness, subtitle Conversations with the Masters, it used to be the perils and promise of reality, but they changed the subtitle. I preferred the old one, but Awareness by Anthony DeMello, his last name is 2 words, D-E space M-E-L-L-O, is 184 pages, and I've gifted it to at least 50 people. I mean, I have an entire bookshelf full of this book in my guest bedroom in my house just to give friends.
Same, dude. That's so funny.
Yeah. And I would recommend people read Awareness first. I don't think you need anything special in terms of background for that.
Well, you do need one thing. You need to know that it is a lecture. So it reads like a lecture. It doesn't read like a book. Which I like.
Yes. And he's very no nonsense.
I gave it to a couple friends and they started reading it. And they're like, wait, is this a talk that he gave? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I should have told you that. It's an actual talk.
It's a collection of polished lectures that he gave. So Awareness would be the first. And then in the case of the Stop Fixing Yourself, I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of overlap with Awareness. So there are certain points that get reiterated. The audiobook rendition of Stop Fixing Yourself is very, very good. I disagree with some of the conclusions, which are effectively along the lines, I shouldn't say, this might sound unfair, but in the conclusion, he talks about how ultimate freedom is not depending on anyone for anything, and you could be perfectly happy in isolation by yourself. And I was like, evolutionarily, I think that's actually a pretty hard sell. But what I would suggest is, if you listen to or read these books, as with any book, expect that you're going to disagree with and maybe even discard 10, 20% of it. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. These are really, really helpful books.
Well said.
Let me grab another one here. I'll recommend two others in case people are interested in books. So fiction, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I think it might just be Tomorrow, Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Anyway, it's Tomorrow three times by Gabrielle Zevin, Zevin. It's a fiction book. And it was on the New York Times list of the 100 best books of the 21st century. It's a new one. And it is all about entrepreneurship and game design and love unrequited. And when I recommended this book initially in Five Bullet Friday, my newsletter, one of my attorneys who helped craft the agreement for Coyote, another stocking stuffer, the card game that I made with Exploding Kittens.
I noticed it's on Black Friday sale, by the way. It's at 38% off on Amazon right now or something like that.
Yeah, it's $7.99 right now. It's doing super well. The reviews are great. It's like 4.7 or 4.8 stars. So
I'm so proud of you, dude. This is so cool to see you having success here.
Thanks, man.
I thought you were going to do the 5-hour body, and I was like, you probably shouldn't go there. And it's nice to see you doing this.
Yeah, so it's been super fun. But my attorney who helped with the negotiations on deal structuring for Coyote specializes in video games, and he's been involved with some epic deals and amazing mergers and acquisitions and all this crazy stuff. And he texted me after I put that in the newsletter, and he said, that book is so good. It was eerie because it is so accurate down to the finest detail that it felt like somebody was looking over my shoulder when I was doing these deals. Like, that is how well researched this book is. You would love it. I really think you would enjoy it.
My old assistant, Sarah, who is amazing, she gifted it to me, and it burned in the fire when my house burned down.
Oh, you got to read it.
I need to get it because she was like, you got to listen to this book.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's great. And then the last one I'll recommend, just because we gave some nonfiction, then just gave fiction. I'll give poetry, which people might not expect, but it's a little tiny compilation. This also has an entire shelf in my guest room. It's called Gold. It's by Rumi, and then the translator, Haleh Liza Gafori, last name Gafori, 112 pages, and it is just an incredible collection of poetry, of course, originally by the great Persian mystic, Rumi, but with incredible new translations by Haleh Liza Gafori, who is an American poet of Persian descent. So she's a native speaker. And also she herself, a poet and musician. So if you read one or two of these poems before you go to bed at night, it just makes everything better. So I would also just recommend. So I can keep going with gift recommendations, but I suspect you have more. Would you like to mention any more?
I've got some great ones, dude.
All right. Why don't we do two at a time? Why don't you do two and then I'll do another two?
Okay. I'm going to make you a multi-billionaire from how many people buy this next one I'm going to say with your Amazon affiliate link. This right here, my friend, is the best purchase I've ever made in my life.
Whoa, that's a strong statement.
I mean, okay, maybe not, but it's high up there.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever been in one of those situations where you need a small little screwdriver or a screw head and you're like, you can't find the right one that fits?
Yeah.
So this is 25 different micro, like everything from hex nuts to screwdrivers to flatheads, and it's a magnetic little insert into the actual wand. Now you think, okay, who cares? But it's $7.79, and it acts like a $25 screwdriver. It is the best stocking stuffer in the world. You know, once a year or twice a year, you'll get something where it takes like 2 AA's or whatever, and it's like, oh, there's a little tiny screwdriver thing you got to undo.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
totally.
where am I going to find something that fits that? This is that thing. And then when you want to like tweak your glasses or whatever, you need those micro screwdrivers. Dude, $7, this thing rocks. It's amazing.
How did you find this thing?
It had good reviews on Amazon. I bought it, and when I got it, I was like, they should be charging 3 times as much for this thing. The torque doesn't actually ruin the bit heads, which is great because oftentimes with the cheaper ones, like the bit heads get ruined. You have to have it in every junk drawer in your house, you know? It's one of those things. But I love these things because you often ask me back in the day when you were doing 5 Bullet Friday where you wanted me to like contribute stuff, you would say, hey, what's the best thing under $50 or whatever that you love?
For sure.
Know?
And this is it.
And this is one of those things that's under $10 that is absolutely worth every penny. So
love it. All right. So under $10, I don't know if it's $10, it might be a little bit more, but in addition to the Rubs Ball, I'll just give a couple of quick fire. There's something called the Alpha Ball by Tune Up Fitness. It was actually introduced to me by Nsima Inyang, or Iyang, I think is how he pronounces it. But you sent me his video.
Yeah.
So you are responsible for me ultimately connecting with him. But this Alpha Ball for rolling out your hips, For traveling with it, it's about the size of a softball, but it's just the perfect density and texture. You can get everywhere you need to get, which you cannot do with a foam roller, nor is it easy to travel with a foam roller. And I just love this thing. I use it pretty much every day.
I didn't see it on video. Did you hold it up?
No, I have it downstairs in my suitcase, actually.
Okay, let me look it up. What's it called again?
Alpha Ball by Tune Up Fitness. You can find it on Amazon, and it's $19.99. More than worth every penny. And I can send you a link to it, of course.
Sweet.
Then other things I'll throw in there. This is my version of your little TED talk that you just gave on
screwdrivers,
on the $7 screwdrivers, where people are like, you got to be kidding me. This is my version of that, which is the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Maestri, Maestri, Maestri House Rechargeable Milk Frother.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Mine was better than that, but
hold on. So I have owned so many of these frothers for coffee, for tea, for whatever, right? Protein shakes or whatever, these little hand frothers.
Yeah. They all break. They all suck, dude.
They all break, or the batteries die and then you can't recharge it.
Yes.
Or it's like an outboard motor and you're like, oh, let me just do this for my tea and relax. And it like shoots liquid all over the place.
Right.
There's so many issues. This thing it's like the Lamborghini of milk frothers.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, it costs how much? $30. It's not that crazy.
Well, it's USB-C too, charging. That's amazing.
It's USB-C, and you basically turn the very top of it to adjust in any increment you want the intensity of the agitation. I have to tell you, I asked somebody on my team to just due diligence and get me a frother that would solve all these problems that I mentioned. And he knows how to do a lot of research, and this was his conclusion, and I got it. And I was like, where has this been all my life? Oh my God. Has almost 3,000 reviews or 2,600 reviews, 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
This thing is just amazing. I use it every day. So that's one. And when I put this in Five Below Friday, what I wrote was, it reminds me of sage wisdom from Kevin Kelly, who is the founding editor of Wired magazine.
Oh, I love Kevin Kelly.
Amazing guy.
Yeah, we did a walk with him together.
Exactly. So he had, at that time, I think it was a draft of a book that he put together, this tiny book called Excellent Advice for Living, which are these pithy little quotes from Kevin that he used to put in I think they were his birthday letters to friends, where he'd be like, here are the 10 things I learned this year. And one of his pieces of advice is, take note if you find yourself wondering, where is my good knife or where is my good pen? That means you have bad ones. Get rid of those. Right? Like, I have shelves full of shitty frothers that have been sent to me or that I've bought, and they're just terrible. So I just got rid of all of them and replaced them with this thing.
That's so awesome.
Other things real quick. Microphone. I got this microphone for travel called the Elgato, one word, E-L-G-A-T-O.
Oh yeah, love Elgato.
Elgato Wave 3. It is a gorgeous piece of design. It makes me think of Braun design back in the day, B-R-A-U-N.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually solves somehow bounce and echo better than even this fancy mic, this Shure mic that I'm speaking into right now.
Yeah.
It is really impressive. I don't know what they do with the firmware software, whoever the hell designs these types of things, but this has become my favorite travel mic, is the Elgato Wave 3. Also, not that expensive.
Have you seen their prompter, by the way? They make a tiny little prompter. Like if you want to like read scripts or anything like that.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Elgato makes this beautiful little prompter you can control with an iPhone or an iPad. And for people that are doing kind of like monologues and podcasts and stuff like that, Elgato's some great gear, and it's not that expensive. It's well priced.
Yeah, this one, the Wave 3, I'll check out the prompter. It's got almost 10,000 reviews, 4.7 stars, $150. And I rely on it to the extent that I'm professional level of recording. And there's a lot more I could jump into. I'll tell you what, I'll give one that is expensive, but the best of breed, which is the Tank M3 push sled. This is a sled that's literally sitting right outside my door, about 100 feet away. I have tried so many different sleds for resolving back pain, for building all posterior chain development and strength, glute activation, you name it. Pushing and pulling a sled just gives you so many dividends. Knees over toes guy. also talks about this at length, but the Tank M3 push sled
Holy shit, it's
is
pricey.
bar none the best sled I've ever used. Yeah, how much is it? You just pull it up?
$1,500 on Amazon.
Yeah, $1,500.
It looks amazing though.
I would not trade it. You can easily rotate it. It has mechanical resistance. So for instance, I'm pushing it in a gravel driveway. It's not just skids. You can use this on turf. You can use this on carpets. You can use it indoors without destroying the floor. It's just an amazing sled. So if people are looking for best of the best, in my opinion, and versatility, that's one. And then if you don't want more stuff or you want to give something to friends or family who don't need more things, like physical things, I am talking my book a little bit here because I'm involved with the company, but the way up, it's so easy, right? I mean, we're going to be doing hopefully another retreat in person together.
Henry's the best, man.
It started out as just my hand-down favorite meditation app. It's the easiest way to get back in the habit. I just used it yesterday morning and this morning. I tend to do 10-minute sessions and then sometimes do an extra 10 minutes of like TM or something after the fact. But I think you can get 30 sessions for free with no credit card required to try it out. And then if you want to give an annual membership, that's $100 and you can just download the app for free and then tap My Way and share it with people that way with a gift button.